Hello, so it's Saturday afternoon, and I decided to do a fun little project from Visual Faith Ministries. It's called School Days Prayer Project, and this is how they did the project. And then I wanted to show you my version of it. I'll show you the two. This was the first one I did, and I'll give you a quick flip through, and then I'll show you how I put them together. So this one is for the preschooler in my family. So it's about an 8-page, kind of like a tag book, but I decided to make my own little tags. And then it has scripture and prayers. So that one's for Noah. And then, so they're a little bit different, each their own personalities. And there's Addie's first day. It kind of represents the first couple of weeks of school, the couple pictures that I had. And I tend to like to do smaller books than bigger books. So, but if you would like to see how I made it, then hang out and we'll get started. So I'm going to go ahead and start off first I printed out the printables that I downloaded from Visual Faith Ministries, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the different pages. So each page or each tag or however you make it is going to have the a letter that corresponds with the verses, and so it's a series of scriptures and prayers, and it's school in the acrostic form. So it will each page will have its own letter. They also give us different styles of the lettering of school. We'll get to that in a minute, but this is here. I'm just cutting up the verses. So I want to kind of like reinforce what verses are being read on each separate tag. So I cut those separately. I cut the letters, and you can do it on a tag this size, which is a 3 3/4 by 7 1/4. Or you can do how I'm doing it, and I'm just using cardstock. Totally up to you. So I'm going to cut all my cardstock up at 3. It took me a little while to get used to okay, what size am I doing? I have to keep reminding myself. But I'm doing 7 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm cutting out 8 of them. Let me just double check that I'm doing that. Actually 8 of each color. So I'm using black and red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So I'm doing 8 black and 8 red because I'm going to glue them together so that this way it gives it an extra support. So you're going to cut 8 black, 7 1/4 by 3 1/4, and 8 red, or whatever color you choose. Altogether you need 16 pieces of the 7 1/4 by 3 3/4. So all together, no matter what colors you decide, it'll be 7 1/4 by 3 3/4. Or you can use tags, but this is the way that I'm doing it. I actually decided so I'm going to kind of speed through this because we don't really need to see me cutting all the papers. Because you didn't need to see me doing them all. But I am going to cut 2 7 1/4 by 3 1/4, depending on which way you want your booklet to be. It matters, especially when you have printed paper. So I'm doing it vertically. So I made sure that my longer length was facing up the right way. So if you want it horizontal, you would make sure you turn your paper around and you would do it cut it opposite of what I did here. Now I'm just gluing it with some wet glue onto the black. This is going to be my front cover and my back cover. So what I'm saying is make sure you just pay attention to the pattern of how you're going to lay it on your booklet or tag or whatever. We have 3 choices here that they gave us, so I'm going to pick one of them, and I had an extra tag, so I'm cutting a piece. It's about 1 inch, I think it was. Make sure it was about maybe 1.25 inches. I cut that piece of red, and then I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut out the school and glue it on. Because I made one each, one for my grandson, one for my granddaughter, I kind of thought of their personalities while I was doing it, and kind of thought, you know, what fits them. So my grandson is in VBK, and this kind of reminded me more of a VBK. And when I was making the book, I kind of thought about that as I was making the book. Also, as you're making the book, you know, maybe be praying over it, and you know, just speaking the word over the book, because these books I'm actually going to give to them and let their mom read it with them. You'll see that I am putting pictures of them in there, and I just thought it would be a good book just for, like, this is like the beginning of the year. This is like first day of school, more or less. So I tend to like to do nowadays the 2x3 pictures and smaller albums rather than the bigger albums. I don't know, I mean, it just the season, I guess, that I'm in, that I'm like choosing to do the smaller albums. So I'm going to kind of set the school. I'm going to place the L and then the S, and then I'm going to go ahead and loosely put in the other letters. So this was a fun Saturday afternoon project to do, and to know that I'm helping my grandchildren and my children to remember to pray, and how powerful prayer is. And I'm basically using what I had around the house. I had a couple of packets of this kit, so I said, you know, I'll use them up, and they can each have one. And I'm just cutting the school prayers little washi that they gave us. So you can add any embellishments and stickers that you want. You can fill in, there's prayer blanks that you can fill in. I left them blank and let them fill in their own name in there, or if they want to pray for someone else, that they'll be able to do that. So yeah, a lot of times we have extra papers around from, like, when we're jelly printing, or just papers hanging out that we can use. I like to kind of just be eclectic and add a whole bunch of different things to it. So I've decided that I'm doing red and black. I'm going to glue them together to give them extra support, and I'm going to I'm making 8 pages, did I say? 8 pages. So they're 8, I'm going to call them pages. So I'm taking one of each color. If you have the same color, that's fine. Just glue 2 of them together. You want to end up with 8 complete pages that are doubled, if that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can, really just use anything. It doesn't have to be school themed. You can make it any theme, but it can be just their back to school prayers. So if they like a particular horses, or if they like dogs, you can add those to your little booklet too. All right, so I got all my pages, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go like 1 page black, 1 page red, but I decided in case I want to add to it later that I'm going to keep them all going the same way. So I'm doing all, except for, I think, yeah, all the same way. So I have them prepared, I've prepped my pages, and now the fun part of putting them together. So I like to, you could rip the pages if you want. I like to kind of cut around and out and make it look a little bit more like, I want to say organic, but I'm not sure if that's the word. So these are the scriptures, the verses. The first one is self-control. And they use 1 Peter 5:8, Psalms 141:3, and Galatians 5:22 through 23. But the fruit of the Spirit, so it has here, S is for self-control, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. And set a guard, O Lord, on my mouth. Keep watch over my door of my lips. That's Psalm 141. And there's a little prayer, O Lord. There is so much surrounding Noah that will tempt him to say and do things that do not please you. Lord, help Noah to live out and speak the fruits of the Spirit and have self-control in these situations. And then there's courage. What did I do? Did I mess it up? Oh, I grabbed the H first. I'm like, wait a minute. I always started spelling it wrong. Like, wait, no. C. So courage is next. And then courage, they use John 1:9. Let's see. Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed. The Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Actually, that's Joshua. Uh-oh. I wonder if that's a typo. I'm still looking at my Bible now that I'm looking at it. And then the prayer there. I'll have to look. I just noticed that. And then help from the Holy Spirit. We know how important that is. John 14:26. John 7:38 through 39. I'm just looking to see what I have here. Opportunities to do good. Are we there already? Oh yeah. Oh, because I sped it up. So we did overcome evil, Romans 12:21, and then Galatians 6:10 for opportunities to do good. This is nice to remind ourselves as we go through our day too. Not only, praying for our children and our our grandchildren, but also praying for ourselves and asking God to help us to, which I might have to make another one so that I can keep one, because I originally made it for them, and I'm like, wait, I think I want one. I think I'm gonna, because I like that, you know, keeping it by my desk or by my craft area and just pray for them, especially nowadays in school. I mean, how crazy it's been. Okay, so now we got the base done for the most part. What I'm on my last one here. So you don't have to fussy cut like I am. I mean, that's just what I prefer to do. Actually, I think I did it on Noah's, and then Addie's, I left it. All right, so something fun like this, I don't necessarily plan. I know a lot of people need to sit there and plan out exactly what they're doing. I don't normally do that. I have an idea, but it never turns out the way I originally planned anyway. So I just kind of go. And I want to encourage you, when you do a project like this, to try that. To just kind of try to have some fun and go through and not think too much. Because sometimes that will take the fun out of creating, and we just want the Holy Spirit to just kind of take over our creative projects sometimes, because we come up with things that are so cool and different, and it's worth it. So what I've done was, I have the sprocket, which is there to my left, and I love to print out these 2x3 photos and put them in, like if I'm on vacation, Terry and I'll take them with us, and we'll actually work on an album or something each day of wherever we are, and just work on it as we're there, which we probably should do that when we go away next time. So there's my page one. So that one would be self-control. So I printed these out ahead of time, and they're really cool because they're sticky back, so all you have to do is put them on there. I kept it simple. You know, sometimes it's nice to do a nice simple project. I didn't put a lot of extra paper or whatever. I just kind of used what I had and added a whole bunch of embellishments. So my next one is courage. And you'll see I kind of flip through as I'm going. I'll see a sticker that, oh wait, this will go on good on this page or whatever. Just be creative and have fun. So I'm using this stickers from ephemera from a back to school paper pack that I had. And then this is an extra piece of paper that I had from when I cut my paper, because I started with the 12x12 sheet of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and use that if my glue will cooperate. And then I'm going to kind of mat my picture on there. So that's, these are all within the first couple weeks of school, these pictures. My job this year is to pick up the kids from school. I'm officially unofficially employed. I get to pick up Noah from VBK, and then we spend a little time together. And then we pick up Adeline from the bus, and that's him with Ozzy in the back seat. He wanted to bring Ozzy. And then we took a walk one day. He had off of school and Addie didn't, so I had Noah for the whole day, and we took a mile walk. I wore him out. So I'm just adding just all this fun coordinated ephemera and stickers to the, I should say more like stickers to the little booklet. It really goes together fairly quick. And then once you have the one together, you know, I did Noah's first, and then I went through and I did Addie's, and it goes a lot quicker because I kept it kind of, excuse me, similar. So definitely check out Visual Faith Ministries. They have awesome projects on the website there. Most of them are free, if not, I was gonna say if not all, but I know there are a couple things that you can purchase there. They have some great projects going on. They have, I think they're doing prayer sewing now, and I've seen some of Diane's awesome work there. And then I know they just did the class with the envelopes that we were doing in our study that are a lot of fun to do. So check out Visual Faith Ministries, and I would love for you to go over into Creative Faith Cafe and post if you do one of these. I would love to see it, and I know that if they would love to see it over there at Visual Faith Ministries too. So if that's something that you feel comfortable posting your work, you know, a picture of your work, we would love to see that. I guess also, as with the prayers, adding words of encouragement for the children, I think, is a great idea, and that's what I tried to do here, you know, telling them, giving them words of encouragement. And then maybe even, I might even just go ahead and write a little note of my own, you know, in my own handwriting, so that, you know, they have it, you know, or just to Addie, you know, Mimi loves you and wishes you the best in first grade, and VBK for Noah. So, yeah, just a quick little fun tutorial. I thought it's probably about time to get a YouTube page going and and start doing that now that we're settled in to the home, our new home, and my studio is finally coming together, and I have lots of fun projects in my mind to do. And then just adding some finishing touches. And we'll do a quick flip through. I like to flip through a couple times just to see maybe where I would use. Oh, and to put it together, that's right, I almost forgot. So I'm using this hole punch. I don't remember, what is it called? Let me see. So I just stack them all together, and Crop-A-Dial too. It cuts MDF board and then really thick stuff like this, and I'll just punch the hole in. I'm going to grab a ring, put the ring around, and then just grab some ribbons and tie them together, ribbons that coordinate with the paper I used. Flip through, and then there's the ribbon. They're probably, I want to say, like about an 8, maybe 10 inch, probably 10-inch ribbon, 8 to 10 inch. I kind of varied them, and then I just took string, tied them together, and then just tied it to the ring holder. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing this cute little project, and I hope that you will go ahead and give it a try and show us what you make. Okay, bye. I didn't leave yet. I wanted to do a quick flip through. There you go. All right, now I'm going.